While reading the brand new Star Trek Picard Countdown comic, which is a prequel story to the upcoming brand new series, we noticed a familiar starship. Therefore, we felt the need to make a video about this starship's class and what it could mean for a brand new Enterprise in Star Trek. Hi everyone, my name is Adam, and welcome to Trek Central. Today we're talking about the Odyssey Class starship, and specifically the USS Enterprise-F. The first issue for Star Trek Picard Countdown by IDW Publishing revealed that Admiral Jean-Luc Picard's brand new starship was the USS Verity, which appears to be the Odyssey class from the MMO Star Trek Online. Let's dive into the lore behind this specific starship class and find out all the details. Hopefully, with more issues of the Countdown comic coming very soon, we'll be able to learn more about the USS Verity. Warp Speed. The USS Enterprise-F is from the MMO video game Star Trek Online. STO is set in the Star Trek universe year of 2409 to 2410, and has its own storyline covering war, peace, and scientific exploration. With all of that, the United Federation of Planets faction needed a flagship, and with the USS Enterprise-E being lost a few years before the game began, the Enterprise-F was the obvious choice for the game. Now before we go that far, let's quickly explain the Sovereign class Enterprise-E. In Star Trek Online, which is set in its own storyline, the USS Enterprise was last seen under the command of Captain Data, who had been revived in the previous years. In the year of 2408, 1 year before the game story starts and takes place, Captain Data commanded the USS Enterprise-E into an investigation with the loss of contact with Starbase 236. The mission resulted in contact with species 8472, known as the Undine in fluidic space. Ultimately, the starship was destroyed, with most of the crew, including Captain Data, surviving. But the loss of the starship left the Federation without a flagship, as well as any active ship carrying the honorable name Enterprise. Following the destruction of the Enterprise-E, Starfleet and the Federation took the chance to use their brand new Odyssey-class development project as the new flagship of the organization. Therefore, the Enterprise-F was born in 2409. Captain Data was offered command of the new flagship, but turned it down due to personal reasons. Therefore, a male Andorian, Captain Vakel Shawn, was offered the command following the destruction of his previous starship, the USS Belfast. Ultimately, he accepted and was named the new commanding officer of the Federation's latest flagship. The Enterprise-F would see numerous engagements over the next 2 years, from dealing with a brief Dominion occupation of Starbase Deep Space Nine to investigating an Iconian gateway on New Romulus. The starship and her crew would go on to play a significant role in the Iconian War, fighting in many engagements, including Starfleet's final stand against the Iconian forces in the Sol system. The war with the Iconians was resolved, but the Enterprise-F had taken severe damage through its battles. Therefore, a refit was in order. So this is where things get interesting. During the year of 2410, the Enterprise-F, which was an Odyssey class, was refitted to the brand new Yorktown class configuration. This still kept a very similar design, albeit with a new modern twist. The new configuration boasted a crew of 2,100, though the starship could operate and perform missions with only 900. Shipwide improvements were also made, making use of a more versatile deflector array, a specialized field projector, more sensitive sensors, bigger engines, defensive upgrades, and brand new automation systems. Admiral William T. Riker gifted a brand new dedication plaque to Captain Shawn, which read, "Fate protects fools, children, and ships named Enterprise." So that is the main history of the USS Enterprise-F. There are, of course, many other mini-stories from Star Trek Online, of which I will leave for you to explore yourselves. Let's talk technical, and dive into some of the behind-the-scenes information on how the Enterprise-F and the Odyssey class came to be in Star Trek Online, and now, Star Trek Picard Countdown. Back in 2011, Cryptic Studios, the developer of Star Trek Online, held a contest called Design the Next Enterprise. As the name suggests, players could design and submit their ideas for what would be the new Enterprise in the video game. The winner of the contest was Adam Ilhy, who designed the Odyssey Star Cruiser. Following his design, Adam Williams and Jeremy Mattson of the STO team fleshed out Adam Ilhe's design into the final form. Some minor detail additions were made, and the ship was added to the game. It appeared to the player for the first time in the mission Boldly They Rode, in which the Enterprise aids a combined fleet of Starfleet and Klingon Defense Force starships in the battle to retake Deep Space Nine from a group of rogue Jem'Hadar soldiers. I have to say, Adam Ilhe must find it super cool that he designed what is essentially the next Enterprise, following the Sovereign Class Enterprise-E. Now even the Star Trek Picard Countdown comic, which is a prequel to the show next year, appears to be recognizing his design as well. The inclusion of the Odyssey class in the comic does pose a question. By 2399, when the new Star Trek Picard show airs, will the current Federation flagship of the time be an Odyssey class starship? Think about it. It would be a fantastic way to take elements from Star Trek Online and mix them with the canon that is already established. We previously theorized that the Enterprise-E might be destroyed by the time of Star Trek Picard, or at least decommissioned due to its age. Therefore, a new Enterprise will most likely take its place. We don't know the fate of the USS Verity from Star Trek Picard Countdown yet, but the first issue implies that the Romulans are going to try and seize the ship in order to evacuate their colony. If the first issue of this new comic brought us an Odyssey-class starship, we cannot wait to see what is in store for us in the issues to come. What did you think of Admiral Picard being in command of the ship class of the Enterprise-F? And is there anything else you would love to see included in this new chapter of Star Trek? Whether that be fan ship designs, chapters from Star Trek Online, or just some more Morn. Please, some more Morn. Let us know in the comment section below. If you want to stay up to date with the latest Star Trek news, lore, and more, then make sure to subscribe to Trek Central here on YouTube. You can also check out our website, follow us on social media, or even join our community Discord server. I've been Adam, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.